Hey everyone, Kyriacos Eliades here. Um, so I'm hearing a lot lately of the older crowd of people saying, you know what, I'm concerned that I'm going to be retrenched. They're bringing in younger people. Um, I'm hearing some of the older business guys saying, that they're struggling to compete against some of the new ideas that are coming out. The thing is, are you prepared to understand what is happening in today's time? Because the biggest thing is if you're not prepared to learn, I mean, we've been talking about this now for some time. If you're not prepared to understand how your Facebook works, your Instagram works, Snapchats, and you're trying to fight the system. I mean, things have changed. It's not like it was in the old days. I mean, we've said it before. Magazines are becoming thinner, newspapers are becoming thinner. Social media is the way that things are happening, and that's how people are promoting themselves. That's how people are actually getting themselves to the next level. We are seeing, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds taking products and ideas, putting it on social medias and on Instagrams and creating YouTubes and creating Facebooks and, you know, doing unbelievable amount of money. We are seeing more and more young people becoming wealthy. The problem is that the older generation believe that they know everything. And you might have the experience, but you still need to understand what's happening in the new millennium. You have to educate yourself. And I mean, I've said it before. I mean, I'm 47 years old. In 3 years' time, I'm 50 years old. So, should I be knowing about Instagrams and Snapchats and all this? Yes, because I'm actually, in my mind, I'm going to be at my prime when I am 50. And I'm talking in the business sense. My mind is healthy, my body is healthy, my attitude is right. So I want to learn, and I'm educating myself, and I'm listening, and I'm looking at the younger generations. You're 15, you're 18, you're 20, 24 years old. What they're doing. So I have more experience. Yes, they understand the technology. So all I need to do is be prepared to learn that. And then I will put the two together and I will succeed. The biggest problem is that when we start to get to a certain age and we're starting to push our 50s and 60s, a lot of people, I hear them talking about retirement, starting to look for retirement places. They want to start playing golf, river houses, sea houses, and already the mind starts saying, slow down. Instead of saying, I'm going to take myself to the next level, because you start to doubt yourself. You don't want to give yourself that opportunity to learn. Now, things have changed. You need to understand that if you're going to fight it, you are not going to succeed. I mean, you can be a housewife with 2 or 3 children sitting at home, but there's no excuse why you can't make money off your cell phone. So if you really want to make that money, you can take that cell phone and you can start a side business. You got a job, you can start doing side. Can you offer value in your job so that they don't have to replace you? That is the biggest thing, is offer value. Understand what you're competing against and offer value. Take that experience and learn what the newer generation is coming up with and put the two together. Ask your kids. Ask your nephews. Ask them to educate you if you do not understand. When you start getting to your 40s and your 50s and your 60s, most of the time the kids have left the house. So now there's no more excuses. Before, you're using the excuse, got kids, I've got responsibility, and it is not an excuse, because if you really want to do it, you can do it. So if you're a house wife or a house mommy, and you think that's all that you're capable, you're wrong. But it's all up here. It's if you want to. We need to say to ourselves that we're not too old to learn. We need to understand that times have changed. We need to educate ourselves. It's the same thing as when you got to a certain age. When you thought when you was younger that you were one day going to drive, you didn't know how to drive, but you taught yourself to drive, or somebody had taught you, and today you're driving. That's how you get yourself around. We said that all the materials is on the internet. Go and educate yourself and understand how your message is going out there. The problem is that we're too concerned of what people think. Are you prepared? If you want to sell something and you want to promote yourself, are you prepared to take that cell phone of yours and in a shopping mall in front of people, take the photos and talk on it? That's the question. But the young guy is prepared to do that. And that is what you got to remember, what you're competing against. We all have a little voice inside our heads that tell us it can't be done and all that. But at the end of the day, you can overcome it. But you got to believe it and you got to want it. So stop saying that you're too old to do it, because you have the experience. You just got to know the know-how. You got to educate yourself. You got to understand what Snapchat is. You got to understand what Instagram is. We've got to understand how YouTube works. You've got to understand why people aren't following you, why people like you, don't like you, what is the content. You have to investigate. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a long time. You need to understand why the young people can take a product and immediately get thousands and thousands of people, even millions of people, to follow it and like it and to actually interact. That is how you're going to actually get yourself to the level. Stop actually fearing that you're going to lose your job, or fearing that the new competition in business is going to take you out. But are you prepared to do that? That is the question, because most of the time when I talk to the guys in their 50s and pushing to their 60s, they're already talking about retirement. Once you put that into your mind, you start to slow down. You've got to remember, the biggest thing in life is that if you end up one day in your life having regret, that at the end of the day will eat you up. You should never have regret. You should go and try everything and know that you've done your best, so that you don't end up one day saying, I regretted it, I should have done it this way. Are you prepared to learn? Are you prepared to put yourself out there? That is the thing. Are you going to stop making excuses and start doing something about it? Or are you just going to wait for yourself to get retrenched by the younger guys, because the younger guys are offering more value? People always say, the young people don't work as hard as what I used to work, and they're always talking about past tense. At the end of the day, who freaking cares about that anymore? Because if you're working for a company, they just want to know that you're going to make money for them, you're going to give them value. Yes. You worked hard. Yes. You went through a tough time. Yes. That's it. Okay, good. But at the end of the day, is that going to actually be enough to keep you in business, keep your business afloat, for people to want to keep you? No. They need to know that you can offer value. You've got a business, or you're offering service. Why should somebody be supporting you? Why should somebody be keeping you? That's what you need to understand. You need to understand the technology. You need to understand what you're dealing with. And stop saying that you're too old for it, because you're never too old for it. Whatever your age is, if your mind is right and you decide that you are capable of doing it, and you say that I will do it, you are going to go and do it. People say to me, you know what, you in 3 years time you're going to be 50, but you're now playing around with Instagram. No, I'm not playing around. I'm trying to get myself to the next level. That's what I'm trying to do. I am not going to sit with regrets. Refuse to have regrets. I will be bigger than I was. That is my goal. I'm going to be bigger when I'm 50. I'm going to be bigger when I'm 60. And I will not have regrets. And I will be bigger when I'm 70. Because I will refuse to accept that a 20-year-old can outperform me. And at the end of the day, good luck to you young guys. You guys are really pushing hard and you're doing your thing. And you're even teaching us older guys a thing or two. And, it's like at the end of the day, I always say when I'm in the gym and I see a guy that's, half my age, pushing stuff, I say, you know what, at the end of the day, yes, okay, I try to push as hard, but you know what, I'm always prepared to try. I'm always prepared to try and outperform. But one of the things is I do have more experience because I'm older. So what I am saying at the end of the day, don't have regrets. Go out there and achieve your goals. You can do it. You just got to be prepared to learn and understand how today's stuff is working. And you can stay in business and you can still secure your job. Just need to find a way to give value. Thanks everybody. If you're enjoying our YouTubes and you're enjoying our Instagrams and that, please press like, please subscribe, please share. And, don't be scared to go and try new things. Don't be scared to try sitting in front of thousands of people and taking your cell phone out. Because if you worry too much what other people think, you will stay behind. Cheers, everybody. Kyriacos, Eliades.